All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Rod, and welcome back to Rod TV, where we're going to be reacting to videos. It could be trending topics, celebrity stuff, and mostly I'm going to be leaning towards relationships and advice, just to get people to be great humans and also learn in the process as well. So, today's video is going to be about um men expose how red pill content has destroyed them. And this is going to be by Bougie. I don't know, Bougie style. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be reacting to today. Without further ado, let us get straight into the video. You feel me?
So fuck how you feel, homie. We all know that red pill content creates incel. We all know this shit. This is not something that's hidden under a rock. We all know that a lot of men who ingest that red pill bullshit are incels. And for the people that keep telling me that red pill was not intended for this, the original red pill was not like this, please shut the fuck up. Doesn't matter what it was intended to be. Look at what it is now. Look at what it's done. You understand what I'm saying? Look how these men are emotionally unstable. They're dangerous. You can't have a conversation with these red pill demons without them being triggered by something. They're always triggered by something on the internet. They're in these comments arguing with these women. They see a random girl. You know what I'm saying? In the comments, if she looks too pretty, if she's half dressed, whatever, they're in the comments arguing. Nobody's gonna want you in 10 years. Just triggered by shit. Something is wrong with them. And then the older men, like the older men that's like mid 30s, late 40s, 50s, something is completely wrong with them. It's so many of them in that space. You know what I'm saying? So many men that have really taken on this red pill and has really destroyed y'all. Y'all are fucked up. And then y'all are hypocrites because y'all are the ones paying for the OF models. Y'all are the ones buying hoes. Y'all are the ones buying sex. It is you guys. But for a group of men that just don't like promiscuous activity, y'all don't fuck with that shit at all. Y'all sure do fund that shit so much. Y'all put a lot of your hard-earned money into that industry. Y'all idolize women way too much. Your whole movement as far as red pill from when it started to now, I don't give a fuck, has been about women. It has been about women since the beginning.
Sure.
Because lame ass motherfuckers couldn't get them. So it's been the same thing, and the reason why it's so funny is because it still ain't working. The method that the red pill motherfuckers came up with is still not working. If you fuck with some of the shit they saying, you're a cornball. If you're red pill adjacent, you're a cornball. If you just happen to be in red pill spaces, you're a cornball. Doesn't matter. The shit just is not player at all. That's why, like, the shit just don't make sense. So for all you motherfuckers who really want to glow up, like, you got to get out those red pill spaces. They are fucking up your mind.
Never ever listen to red pill if you're a man. Stay away from that industry. It's going to ruin you and your life and your future forever. And the craziest thing is there was a point in time where me and a lot of people I know used to follow this red pill stuff until I actually grew a pair of balls. Only a real man and only a real father or husband, right, can actually look after their family, maintain their masculinity and have everything in check. Understanding that your woman has a role in your life and that they are actually not a burden on you. And of course, you have to be able to pick the right woman. I'm someone who's been married and I've got a child now, alhamdulillah, right? And one thing I can tell you, the right partner will make your life so much easier. And this red pill nonsense makes you look at women as if they're objects, etc. I'm not making this video to say, oh look, he's just doing it for the women. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm married, I have a child, I'm happy. But this is for a lot of young people that look at women a different way. Yes, the wrong woman can absolutely ruin your life, and I stand by that 100%. But you boys need to pick better women, and by that I mean improving yourself. If you're not a type of person that can attract the woman that you want, how can you get the woman that you want? To be standing by your side for the rest of your life, to look after your children, to take care of you and each other. And trust me, real masculinity is having a family, being a good father, being a good inspiration for just that one person and your offspring. And if you're a man who wants to learn and lead by example, be sure to follow.
These are one of those videos I'm very.
And I do agree with what Broski just said. Not the first do, the first do was, I don't know how to feel about the delivery, but I got what he said, and in most cases, you always want to get what you want from a video and not get too attached to the delivery sometimes. Sometimes you also need to consider the delivery and the message and the messenger as well. But for me, it's always I try to be picky. I try to just get my message. If I'm not really a fan of the messenger or the delivery, I just get the message or try to understand where the person is driving to. So now, the second guy, I think being a masculine man, it's something that a lot of people do not know. The thing being masculine is you don't cry, you don't show emotions, you sleep with multiple women and things like that. No, that's not the case. In most cases, it's how you handle situations, is how you show emotions, is how you take care of families, how you take care of your kids, it's how you treat other women, it's how you treat your peers, is how you treat other people. So it's always things like that that people look into. It's not what social media is just pushing every day. So I turn to listen to people of substance, people who actually have something to say and are not just too excited about women. Never been a fan of that anyway. So yeah.
very excited to share with you guys. The almighty red pill movement is going down. A lot of men are coming out to expose how the red pill movement has destroyed their lives. For those of you who know this guy, if you know this guy, if you have watched any of his videos, you should be very much aware that this guy is one of the biggest perpetrators of the red pill movement. He's been training men, teaching men all of these things which they are about to expose, which has destroyed their lives. You want to stay tuned and watch till the end.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you remember me at all?
No.
Okay. So can I ask a quick synopsis of what you think the prescription is for society today for men? In a short version, what do you think they should do to be successful with women?
To be successful with women,
Yeah.
okay, are we talking about like getting a girl for a long-term relationship, just to get laid? What are we talking about?
Well, I think the only reason should be for a long-term relationship and marriage. I mean, that's Jesus Christ founded it. But I'm just curious what your prescription is.
I don't know. I've never liked this thing with me. I don't know. I guess I'm just blessed. When I meet someone for the first time or when I see them for the first time and my vibe is like I'm not too about you, something is off about you, and in the long run, it's gonna reveal itself. I've never liked Myron at all. The way he speaks, how he gets too emotional, yells at people, tell them to get out. This is my spot. Get out. I own this place. I brought you here. I do. People who do things like that, like you want to be the alpha so bad, you're chasing the alpha status too much. It's just like, what are you really scared of? Like, are you really scared that little kid is somewhere banging to come out, and you're just forcing the kid back and just trying to portray this big bad wolf to the point where you want other people to be like that? Not everyone was rich like you, Myron. The fact that sometimes it's just the upbringing. People have weak, just they're just weak emotionally, and they want to hide this with this red pill movement, and they want to be every time it's like they want to be a lion and they just want to eat you. The most scariest people, they just be quiet, and once they want to act, it's just gonna be different. But with him, he's always yelling, and I've noticed the way he speak to women. I don't like it, even if those women are OF models and whatever, which I don't like them. Not like I don't like that side of business, but do I understand it? No. Does that mean you should disrespect them? Absolutely not. Does that mean you should speak to them like that, not human beings? No. God is the one to judge them. Let them be.
Well, I've talked about this. I think guys have to have certain things in place, right, before they want to get into a long-term relationship. It's 5 things. So I would say 100K per year, 6 figures a year, 6 months to 1 year of savings, be in good shape, have at least 50 partners, right, sexual body count.
All right.
I'm sorry, have what? All right, again, I'm pausing the video to speak on something. This body count thing. It's always going to be a double standard in the society. Women, don't bite my head off. But this is the truth. Deal with it. That is a society. That's a societal norm. This is what is going to happen. The body count is always going to be in favor of the man, and it's going to make the women look awful. Why? Because people believe that for a woman to sleep with a man, she needs to be emotionally connected to that person, emotionally into that person, physically attracted to that person, you know? So you're telling me you've had sex with 50, 60 people and you were all emotionally connected to those people? Again, you women decide when sex should happen. You know, they're in control of sex. So if you are letting all these people, they're gonna question your decision making as a human being, your morals, self-respect, and all these things are gonna come into play. That's why when they say women with a high body count, it's like that's being frowned out upon by the society because you control sex. You have the upper hand when it comes to sex. But with a man, for a woman to sleep with you, you need to have something going for yourself. Yes. So for men come out the womb, they have to work for everything. Most men, they have to work for everything to get their lives to a point where women are to choose them. But men are always going to choose women. Women would have to choose a man. Now, if a woman is choosing you, that's because she has seen something. If multiple women are choosing you, it's because they're seeing something in you. That means you've worked on yourself enough for women to want to choose you because women date up the food chain. They don't date down, they date up. Now, for men to be able to acquire the status for women to be able to choose you, that means they've worked on themselves enough. So men think the reward for working on themselves and getting their back and mind and body right is to have multiple women. I don't agree with that. But then again, the society makes it look okay. For women to have a body count that high or even 10, 7, 10, 7 and above is awful, personally. That's how I see it. Is it a double standard? Absolutely. But 7 and above, terrible. At the end of the day, you have to decide on what you want to be as a human being in the near future. You have to make the decision for yourself. Hey, do I want people to just have this have this much access to me? This many people have this much access to me, to my body. That is not okay. Let's not that's not okay to in both genders. It's not okay. Men and women, that is not okay. Let's not play dumb and play no, it's not okay. I will never be for that. Have I been there? Yes. Am I starting to learn about myself and understand what it is? Absolutely. And let's not forget about soul ties. I had someone argue me that there's nothing like soul ties. I was just like, you know what? You got it. Sometimes you don't even have to argue or make a point with someone. So just let them be and do their thing. So let's get back to the video.
And then is that the last one?
And then there's one more, but that's fine. You could go ahead and
Okay.
engage with what I've said so far.
So the reason I asked that is I've watched almost every single podcast you ever did for about a year and a half. So much so that I bought into a lot of the things that you said. And for about 2 years, it led me astray and significantly damaged my personal life, including relationships.
How did it lead you astray?
Well, you told me to go sleep with a bunch of women and date multiple women at the same time, which I did. And it significantly damaged my life.
You've got to have a brain of your own. Have a selective memory. Pick and choose what fits you, your morals. Don't listen to people blindly. They're gonna advise you. But then again, if I'm telling you, oh, if life is hard, jump off a bridge, are you gonna do that? No, because you know that's not in your favor. So if someone is telling you to sleep with 50 people, are you gonna do that? Is that morally okay to you? how does that affect your spirit? Like,
And it wasn't until I actually turned around.
not that, again, sorry for pausing. That's why people always want to blame the devil when they make bad decisions. No, stop. Let's stop doing that. You are responsible for making those decisions. You did that yourself. Stop blaming the devil for your poor decisions and being inconsiderate and being a horrible human being. S- Myron is horrible. He's terrible. He takes a no, let me not say he is a horrible human being because I've never seen him before, but he takes what he says, what he advises men to do, that is quite horrible. It is terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. And for you to be a grown man and listen to those things and sit here and say, "Oh my God, you ruined my life because of what you said." Take some accountability, man.
I started listening to Jesus Christ that I was saved. Now, now I'm happily married. Happily married. I have
Kung na ako'y dagan kong dagan, ako'y pa-check up ako mamaya.
I have one child now with another one on the way, and I've never felt happier. But I felt.
Congratulations. That's good. That's really
Thank
good.
you, thank you. And I know you're not against that, but my concern is what you're saying to men leads them astray because I'm a walking example of it. And I think you're significantly damaging people, and especially you're leading people away from morality. Women are not sex objects. Women are created in the image of God, and they are valuable. And they should be treated as such. Why should God give you one of his children if you don't even know how to treat them? So I think.
So a question for you. You said you got out there dating and meeting women and stuff like
Yep.
that. And then you said that it kind of hurt you.
Yeah.
How did it hurt you specifically? Did you like just start? What happened specifically?
Now you see, these are the questions that blows my mind. This is what is wrong with the world these days. How did that hurt him? When you sleep with multiple people, for example, when you cheat on someone, that cheating damages you more than it does the other person. I mean, they're gonna have trust issues, but your trust issues are going to be more than that. They're gonna triple that. Why are they going to triple that? Because you're gonna think everyone is like you, is a dirtbag like you. You think everyone is out here to get you. You're not gonna trust anybody because you think that there's a thing called karma. Now you're always gonna be on your P's and Q's because you're expecting karma to come back and get you because of what did to X, Y, and Z. You cannot fully trust anybody because you just think everyone is like you. As trifling as you are, now you're sleeping with multiple people. How are you going to know which one is really? Do you know who you are as a person? Do you know what emotional connection is? Do you know who is what? Do you know how many body counts they have? Do you know their soul ties? These things you're exchanging, these things, it's draining your energy as a human being. And you're asking him, how did that affect him?
Well, I started warring against my own flesh. It's like trying to fill an empty void. There's a God-shaped vacuum in the heart of every man that can only be filled by God alone. Anything else you try to fill with that's not going to satisfy it. And I tried to do it with sex.
Listen, as somebody who's been a player, who's been played, who's lived the whole red pill lifestyle, I'm here to expose absolutely everything. A lot of you guys think that a lot of women are just garbage, that they're all the same, that you're never gonna find love, that you're better off having.
Some of them are. Based on what social media is showing, majority of them are. But again, there are great women out here. Amazing women. So are amazing men. God-fearing. They are like family oriented. They have morals, they have goals, they have aspirations. You just need to be able to find your person, and you cannot find your person if you're not that person. When you want to stand in front of a mirror and ask yourself, if I were to take me out of this body, would I date me right now? If you're looking for a relationship, make sure you are also who that person would want. Do you want yourself? Do you love yourself enough to date someone? Like those are things you have to take into consideration. It's not always about I'm lonely, I want to get into something, or I think I'm ready. You should know you're ready. Don't think. So
having a bunch of girls. And the reason I say this is because that's what I used to believe, right? When I was like 18, 19, all I cared about was just hanging out with a bunch of women. I would, use them. I was just a bad person, right? Very immature. And the thing about this lifestyle is you're only going to attract people that are on your level. And you are honestly on a very low level. It's sad. It's not worth your time. Spending hours, spending a lot of time just hanging out with different type of girls, you get nowhere. What I ended up finding out was eventually you start to fall into a pattern of always meeting the same type of people, getting the same result, and ultimately it leaves you unhappy, right? And that's what was happening with me. And at first, it's real easy to blame, women are all the same, they're just garbage, this is how they are. And you fall into this trap. And women do the same exact thing, bro. There's some women that hate men just because some guy cheated on them, bro. I don't know. They just had a bad experience, so now they hate men. And that's how I felt about women too, And
Now, this is what I'm saying. I don't know how to put it, but this is what it is. In most cases, humans likes to say, I was never the problem. I'm not the problem. If a relationship goes wrong, I was never the problem in that relationship. I mean, you've had 5 relationships. They didn't go, none of them worked, but you were never the problem. Even if you were never the problem, but you are the pattern though. It's a pattern. You are that pattern because why are you just dating people who are the problem? Why can't you find someone who is going to love you for who you are and treat you right? You are the pattern in that situation.
and this is what separates us. Everybody has, resentment and anger towards the opposite sex. It's kind of sad. But anyways, I ended up finally sitting down and realizing, yo, if I'm getting the same exact result with different people, maybe the issue is me. And you guys need to swallow y'all's pride. I'm tired of seeing pridefulness, ego, just you're getting nowhere. You're getting
Yep,
nowhere. It's
absolutely.
not helping you out. You feel empty and you're always angry and think you're perfect, but guess what? There is no perfect human being. We all make mistakes and that's okay. It's just not okay to act like we don't. So stop acting like you're perfect. Accept the fact that you make mistakes, but you also have the opportunities to make things better. That's what I ended up realizing. Yo, I've made a lot of mistakes, dug myself in a deep hole, but not everybody's evil. Not everybody's garbage. It's a huge world. Accept the fact that this is a huge world. That you're going to meet a lot of garbage people, a lot of good people, and it's a part of life. It's something that's always existed. It's very emotionally immature to generalize man or generalize woman and think they're all garbage just because of personal experiences. That's stupid. Think hard about it. You know that it's immature and that it's illogical. So I said, you know what? I've been a garbage human being, but I'm going to change. I'm going to only focus on the good things. I'm going to accept the fact that good things can happen, bad things can happen, but that's life. Stop becoming so emotionally attached to everything and just realize that sometimes things happen because they're supposed to happen. And once I did this, my life completely changed. And the whole movement, the whole red pill movement, is all women only date up and this and that. And yes, I understand it. I understand that you as a man have to get better every single day, and that's a fact. That is true. But listen closely. It does not address the intentions of getting better, right? Everybody says you got to get better, this and that. That's great, but what are your intentions? Think about this. Really think about this, because my intentions of getting better back then were just so other people can look at me and, be impressed and think I'm cool and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why y'all want all the supercars and the mansions, because you want people to look up to you. And I want the same thing. I'm working hard every single day to get to that point, but not because I want y'all to be like, wow, he's him, this guy's a badass. No, because it'll be a testament to my hard work. And at the end of the day, I want to make God proud and I want to make myself proud. I want to be happy.
And your family too. When you start having kids, you want to be um the dad that's your kids wouldn't need to, wouldn't have to struggle for anything. You just provide whatever they want. You want to take care of people. your family, your wife doesn't need to work. Those are the like this is those are the reasons why like I put in so much work into trying to get what I want, how I want it. And also to make sure once you get that money right, get your everything right, your mind right, and you start having kids, your kids are gonna love you because you spend enough time with them. You're not struggling. You're not looking at them with resentment because you think that's stressing you out when they ask for something. You know?
That I gave everything I got, so the day that I am dying and I'm old and I'm wrinkly, I'll be able to look back and be like, yo, I gave it all I got. And a lot of you guys are so wrapped up in this superficial mindset that you got to get a bunch of women, you got to impress a bunch of people, and you're getting nowhere. You're getting nowhere, all right? So, coming from somebody that's lived both sides, I consider myself an expert in this. I know how it is. I know the lifestyle. It's not all that. It's not worth it. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I met a lot of women. And whenever you're a garbage human being, you're gonna meet people on your level. But whenever you start becoming better and stop being superficial and doing things out of vanity, you will meet higher quality people and your life will change and you will feel way better. You'll feel more fulfilled and happier. And at the end of the day, I think that's what matters. I don't know. Y'all might disagree. Y'all might want to keep living that stupid lifestyle. I'm telling y'all, I did it. It's not worth it. I'm trying to save y'all years. I'm tired of seeing a bunch of older men too, 40, 50-year-olds with the same player mentality. You know, it ain't it. So I hope you really paid attention because this will change your life if you start to apply that way of thinking, you know? Everything can
Absolutely.
happen, good things, bad things. Roll with the punches. Life will reward you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
All
Can
right, you
someone
gotta clap
explain
for
to
this,
me
bro.
why?
You gotta clap for that man, bro. Clap for him. You gotta clap for him by dropping a like. You get me? Like the video if you're still here.
Will reward you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Can someone explain to me why the pick me girls aren't like just naturally falling into the arms of these like whatever type podcast guys, like the guy?
They don't actually want these women. They talk all this rhetoric for their podcast, but these kind of men actually want independent, strong-minded women. Not so they can actually better their life. No, because they want to break them down. You have to really watch these guys movements and how they actually respond to women. These men don't want to better or help women. They want to diminish them, devalue them. They want to break them down. They want these women to submit so they can humiliate these women. In my opinion, a lot of these guys have been rejected, maybe rejected by their own mothers, but they have been rejected or hurt at some point, and now they want revenge and they want to dish out pain towards women. You really got to understand, a man that wants to do right by a woman or wants to do right by his woman or women in general, he will always lead and guide to the right answer. These men try to force you to their side and kind of break your ideology down. And now you can say, oh, they just want to break delusional women. You know what? Yes, you can break down a delusional person, but you do not have to humiliate them. They try to humiliate in the process, talking about their body count, how many.
And that is somewhat of insecurity in a sense. You get. But when you say break down women, most of the red pill guys do that. Yes. But I think sometimes we confuse all this, like you just mentioned body count, like he just mentioned body count. If you look at this, some people confuse assessing something with judging. I'm not judging your body count, I'm just assessing to know if this is what I want or it isn't. You get me? I'm just assessing to make sure this is what I want or it isn't. If you think I'm judging you, You're allowed to think whatever you want. It's your mind, and your thoughts, your feelings are valid. But do they fit with my agenda? No, they don't. So at the end of the day, I approach life the way I want. I'm not disrespectful about it. I'm not rude about it. I'm honest and I'm straightforward. Assessing a situation is quite different from judging it. Why do you have this many body count? What was the reason? I'm assessing, I'm not judging you why you had them. I'm assessing what made you behave this way. Is this someone I would want to see myself with in a long term because of their character judgment, their behaviors, when they're emotional, how to, things
How
like
many
that.
people they slept with, what their education level, and this is that, and blah, 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 blah. All in all, it's about power and humiliation. And so the moment that they
That's true.
actually get with a strong woman, and maybe they finally do break this person down, they can then say, I have power over you. They don't want to coexist with somebody. They want power over somebody. Because at the end of the day, that will make them feel strong. That will actually
That's because growing up, they never had the voice to speak. Now they want to, the only way to get it is to hurt other people. Again, I always say hurt people, hurt people. Um, it's never going to change because they project their energy or they try to make people experience what they went through by doing that.
make them feel like an alpha male. Like they quote unquote says this, they don't understand that actually leading and guiding and protecting, that what really makes an alpha male. Their version of an alpha male is somebody who's able to dominate the next person. Stay safe out there.
You know, I realized all the guys in the Red Pill community are genuine losers. Name me any content creator
Mm, this guy's face looks familiar.
within the Red Pill space, and they are genuine losers. And I realized, why as a young Muslim man do I need to follow Red Pill guys when in reality Islam is the all-encompassing thing that makes me a high value man. So when I was watching a video right now, Muhammad Hijab and Fresh and Fit, you could tell Fresh and Fit guys were intimidated by Muhammad Hijab because Muhammad Hijab is an educated guy. Fresh and Fit, their bag is to talk down on these lower class women that don't even reflect the majority of women in society, and they kind of capitalize on this with their power trip. They talk down on these women, and you young impressionable kids are watching these guys and you think, yeah man, these guys are right. You go try implement it in real life, it doesn't work. So anyways, Muhammad Hijab was on a pod with these guys, and anytime Muhammad Hijab would ask them something, these guys are shaking like the losers they are. So my point to you guys is, why on earth do you need to look towards the Red Pill community when you are a Muslim? Islam, if you were to learn the religion, you would never ever look at Red Pill. And in reality, these Red Pill guys are not even Muslims. They are kuffars, and they are not a perfect example of what a man is supposed to be like. So if you are a young Muslim brother, trust me, run as far away as you can, because that community is horrible.
You thought the Red Pill was about helping men? Wrong. It's a multi-million-dollar scam designed to keep you broke, bitter, and blindly following grifters who don't give a damn about you. They
That's a fact.
sell you the problem, then sell you the solution. But the solution is just another scam. The Red Pill pretends to be about saving man from modern society. They pretend to expose the truth. They pretend to give you real advice. But here's what they really do. They make you feel lost on purpose. They convince you that you're a low value man if you don't have money, muscles, and women. They flood you with fear mongering content. Every video is modern women are finished or men have no hope, to keep you watching, doom scrolling, and paranoid.
Don't settle for less. Here's what others are doing to fix missing and broken
Don't
teeth.
settle
The
for less.
company
Then don't
everyone
show
has
me
been
the
raving
ads.
about is called Nuvia, with thousands
I
of
gotta watch
5-star
them because I gotta
reviews
support
and a
this person.
99.13 success rate to back it up. It's no wonder Nuvia is the clear choice for thousands of patients nationwide. And that's not even the best part. It takes them only 24 hours to eliminate.
They pretend like they care about you. They act like your big brother, your mentor, your savior, but they see you as nothing but a cash cow. You feel what I'm saying? You ever notice how they never give you real actionable steps? They just repeat the same toxic talking points over and over. That's because if you actually fix your life, you will stop watching. For sure. Once they hook you in, suddenly everything that matters is members only. They be saying things like, you want the real secrets? Join my $50 a month exclusive group. You want my top tier dating game? Buy my $500 course. Want to be a truly high value man? $2,000 for a private coaching call.
That's
You feel what I'm
crazy.
saying, bro?
2 grand is
What they're really
wild,
doing
bro.
is finessing you like a fake preacher on Sunday morning. And here's the secret tactic they use. They use fake testimonials and body counts to make it seem like so many men are improving. It's all stage. That's how they get you. The guys in their inner circle are either paid actors, their own employees are hyping them up, people desperate to be like, lying about success. These clowns love to show off, but here's reality. Luxury cars, lease or rented. The high-rise apartments, Airbnbs. The models they with, paid escorts. The wealth, 99% comes from selling you fake dreams. And here's the super secret point. They tell you never pedestalize women, but they pay women to be in their videos. They tell you never chase women, but they hire escorts just to look cool. They don't live what they preach. And the biggest mad fuck of all, they don't actually want you to succeed. If you get fit, rich, and socially smart, you won't need them anymore. If you get a good relationship, you'll stop watching their content. If you learn the truth, they lose their power over you. So what do? They keep moving to goalposts, whatever how you say it. Oh, you made 6 figures? Not enough. Real men make 7. Oh, you got a girlfriend? That's beta. Real men have rotation. Oh, you're happy? That's weak. Real men are always on the grind. See, they shame you for having normal human emotions. Being happy, that's weak. Loving a woman, that's beta. Woman and family, that's foolish. They create a cult of miserable men who hate women, hate society, and most importantly, hate themselves. And guess who profits from that? Them.
All these red pill MGTOW men, you want traditional values and traditional women, but you don't want to pay the price. Traditional values, traditional women come with the full bill up front. You're not gonna go find this 22-year-old
The Godfather. Sombros.
virgin that you're gonna court, and she has to prove you before you decide to buy her a meal. Her father will shoot you in the face.
Modern men have allowed the red pill to delude their minds from reality. All these ridiculous, unrealistic expectations that modern men have for women is not going to be tolerated.
As someone who's fallen into it and grown out of it, let's debunk red pill rhetoric. And yes, per usual, I have notes. She's not yours, it's just your turn. It's a common one amongst men who have gotten played in some capacity or have been cheated on. While yes, people are not possessions, I learned in therapy that people are experiences, but she chose you for a reason, family. It being your turn means you won. She likes the way you treat her, she likes the way you talk to her, she likes the way you handle her. Just be in the experience. It's really that simple.
Maybe I'm not getting it. Isn't he explaining exactly what is on the screen, which is she's not yours, it's just your turn? Yeah, it was an experience, isn't it? It was your turn to experience her. And because you didn't live up to, or whatever reason you guys didn't end up together, your turn is done. You should move on to the next person, and you're gonna move on to the next person as well. So it goes both ways, isn't it? Or maybe I'm just.
Here's another one. Women are materialistic gold diggers. Some. Emphasis on some. However, on the flip side, there are women who require, demand, and deserve depth. Money is not the most important thing in a relationship, and I don't know when and where we got as a society to where that has been the standard, because it's not true. I've also noticed that Red Pill is pro hedonism. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. There's not a single universe where juggling multiple women, being in sexual relationships with multiple women, hookup culture, whatever y'all want to call it, is better than being loyal and sticking to one woman. That's propaganda I will never fall for. I don't care who.
Now, that is the problem. That's, to me, bottom line is insecurity. That is insecurity. That is emotional immaturity. And there are a lot of things when it comes to juggling multiple women's. Multiple women. God damn. But you can't blame the people who sit on social media and speak all this. You can't really blame them. Why? Because some of them are just looking for their money, and you should have a head on your shoulder to know what is right and what isn't right. Let's stop blaming all the social media people, influencers, and start taking like start to take accountability. Go for therapy.
Who is talking about it? That's just a man's way of telling you that he's trying to fill an insatiable void within himself through women, and it's really self-inflicted torture, if we're being honest. It's typically why you see some men lashing out women or developing a hate for women because of that void and that wound that they're unable or unwilling to address. There's also great emphasis on just focusing on money for whatever reason, which again is not the most important thing in the world. But in the context of women, after we get the money, then what? You still have to learn how to talk to women. You still have to have social skills and confidence within yourself. That all starts with internal work, therapy, meditation, a balanced diet, dating with integrity, honesty, and until work starts in here so that your reality can reflect positively out there. And yes, everyone's favorite. She has to be submissive. This goes for anybody.
Before we get into the submissive woman thing, whatever, most people I've seen with money, they have no, like, nothing, no substance. When you have a conversation with them, if it's not about money, it feels like you are talking to a brick wall. It feels like that is a robot in a sense. Like, once I have money, everything is about money. I mean, money facilitates a lot of things. You know, money does facilitate a lot of things, but at the end of the day, like he mentioned here, you need to have other skills to be able to maneuver your way around women, which I don't know why that is always the. For you to be able to have a family, you need to have emotional intelligence. You need to be emotionally mature. You need to be um you need to know how to communicate. You need to know how to treat women. You need to know how to treat people. You need to be in tune with your emotions to be able to have a successful family. God, what is going on? Blah. Yes, so things like that. But then again, it's the world we live in. It's deeper than what it is to me. They always say, oh, the conspiracy theories and stuff you have. You can say whatever you want, but it's deeper than what it is for me. For they're always gonna do whatever it takes to for the economy to grow, even if it means separating people, even if it means pushing negative, this negativity, this negative agendas and stuff. They're gonna do that just to keep people apart. When a family is not together, when someone is being put on child support, if that person is paying $2,000 a month, you think the woman is getting $2,000? Mm-mm. She's not. The government is taking half. So who actually benefits from that family not being together? But then again, they raise a broken child. That child is gonna in most cases they don't grow up to be the best version of themselves. The cycle.
But y'all do realize that people would be more inclined to do what you ask and to show up the way you would like if you relinquish control. That's how energy works. Women are no different. And if we're being real, a submissive woman dominates the man. But that's a conversation y'all not ready for.
No, that's facts.
It's like painfully obvious
That is a fact. That is 1000% a fact, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I totally agree to that. If a woman is submissive, if a woman treats a man right, I'm telling you, that woman has the upper hand on that man any day, anytime. Whatever she says goes. Not because she's too powerful or anything, because her man respects her. Her man understands she is smart enough if she's telling him to do something or advising him to do something. She knows better. So those are things that women do not get. Being submissive, being a good woman, it's not always going to be beneficial to the man. It's going to be beneficial to you too because you have an upper hand on that man at that point.
like the guys who make red pill content or are mad at women who don't want to go on coffee dates have actually never been touched consensually by a woman. I don't know if you've seen women, but they're pretty amazing, pretty beautiful. They're nice. I enjoy their company. Then again, I don't have a problem getting company, so maybe that's part of it. Or I'm just like a human being who can think clearly. But at the same time, like, there's no amount of being turned down by a woman that would ever make me turn into a person who just hates their existence. I mean, like, even men who like men don't just default dislike women, just romantically. This is why I feel like there's some repressed things happening, some internal conversations that need to happen, because there's just quite literally too many women in existence for me to be taking my disdain for one bad experience and then projecting it onto every single other woman. That's why I think you guys have some other conversations that you need to be having, because it's very weird, but it's very obvious you also just have never been touched or have ever gotten the chance to consensually touch them and interact. Get over it.
Every time I see red pill niggas, you could literally just see like you was not cool in school. Like I never seen not one of them that's like you was one of them niggas and like you was like that your whole life. Like you always tell that you was probably lame. You went to college, got your money up, and now you want to talk to girls all types of way because you might have got curved by Cassandra way back when. Like, bro, tighten up, bro.
I wonder how much of this actually also comes from insecurity. Most of it. Most of it is all insecurity because like these guys grew.
I said it. It's all insecurity. It is.
Up with a mindset that because I am a man, I need to be respected, and then they cling on to that and don't ever learn and realize that wait a minute, you have to actually have other characteristics to be a respected man, right? You have to have other skills. You have to have, most importantly, social skills. Really, that's where it comes down to. But I feel like the guys
show
that
value in some way,
right? You have to, yeah, exactly, and
That's one thing I want to work on, my social skills. Something I want to work on. And I've always felt like YouTube, in a sense, is like where I really get to vocalize my thoughts and how I feel about certain things, and also show my personality as well. But when I'm around people, my social skills, oh my days. I don't know, but maybe because I like maybe I think that the problem is I like having like deep conversations. And for the most part, people these days just like to have surface level conversations like, oh, what are you doing? What did you do yesterday? What do you plan on doing tomorrow? They never ask you questions like, hey, now for real though, how you feeling today? How have you been coping with this? How have you been doing it? How do you handle things like this emotionally or this? It's always so maybe that's why I just don't have those skills. And it's a huge maybe. But I've started going to the gym now. And whenever I go to the gym, I try to say hi to one person. There's this guy in my gym. We dap up each other like, yo, what you got going on? Bro, I don't know this man's name. It's actually two of them. I don't know their names. I don't know where they're from. And one of them is like really old. It's like OG. I'm always like, OG, what's going on? And he go and tell me like, yo, my brother from another mother, what's going on? How you been? So that is what I'm working on, like my social skills to be able to have conversations with people, interact with people, not necessarily want it to be too deep, and also know when to have deep conversations. So that is what I'm working on. It's not something I'm not aware of. I'm aware of it. I am aware of it.
And some of these guys, I feel like, never learned that, and then just kind of used the whole man thing as a crutch, and it's like, nope, that's it. Or the fact that they don't have those skills as a crutch, and it's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the tradition of you. I'm like, I'm a man, you must respect me.
Yeah, because that's
like,
easy, bro.
Yeah, it's easy.
to
Yeah, exactly.
demand
It's easy.
respect. It's hard to like actually do the work and be a good leader.
I used to be a massive red pill guy when I was younger until I realized how stupid it is. Like, when has it ever been new to anybody that bad human beings exist? Like, yes, there's some women that are going to want to use you. There's some women that don't care about you, that are superficial. Of course, that exists. That's right. However, if that exists, that means a good woman exists as well. Yet, a lot of times as well in the red pill movement, it's like, oh, guys can have multiple partners, girls can't. I just think that's stupid as well. Now, looking back at it, you can't expect to grow a fruitful tree with the rotten seed, bro. You're never going to find the right person if you're not the right person for that person. And I was always meeting the wrong type of people, and I would blame women. I'm like, that's because all women are the same. Well, no, maybe the women you attract aren't any good because you're no good. But it takes accountability to get to that point, and a lot of people do not have that. You would rather blame the world than blame yourself for attracting what it is that you dislike, because it's such a vast and massive world that good things, bad things exist. So there's no real right answer. It's up to you to attract what it is that you genuinely want. So if you want something of good quality, well, you better be good quality. But hey, it goes for men and women. A lot of you guys aren't going to listen to me because you got too much pride in your heart. But once you actually take accountability, your whole mindset will just change.
What people don't understand about the red pill is that it works. Just hear me out. A lot of people are confused as to why the movement is so popular, and it's popular for two reasons. The first reason being a lot of men are living vicariously through other men's stories online. So we're not talking about them there. We're talking about the second reason, the second category, and that is men who were not getting play, who then learned about the red pill, implemented the tactics, and then started getting play. Now the question becomes, why does that phenomenon occur? And it occurs because the main thing that the red pill teaches men is how to move in a more avoidant fashion. It's essentially taking men and making them more avoidant. All of the tactics, all the push-pull, hot-cold behavior, that's all avoidant shit. And when I say it works on anxious women. It also works on damaged women or women who had a lot of trauma. So you have anxious women who are used to a dynamic where she has to chase the man who's triggered by the avoidant behavior, and therefore he attracts women like that. So that is the problem with that philosophy, is that the men who are involved in it can't zoom out and look at the full picture and see, while I'm getting positive results, I'm getting these results with the type of women that have internal shit they got to work out. It's going to be off-putting to a psychologically healthy individual. And it's frustrating to me because there is a middle path. There is a way to move with integrity, with, move in a high trust fashion and still get positive results with the opposite sex without doing any of the damaging shit that the red pill teaches. But that kind of advice doesn't work online. So people default to extremes.
This game, you're not ready for it.
So, besties, let's talk about the red pill movement. The red pill movement claims to liberate men, right?
Yeah, so as I earlier said, hurt people hurt people. That is one thing I'm always going to say. Have a brain of your own to be able to decipher what is good and what isn't good for you. Stop blaming all these people, social media influencers that are making their money. That is what they're going to do. Whatever is trending, that is what they're gonna say. Know that for the guys who never had dads, you have to be able to understand, read. Have someone you look up to, someone with substance, someone who isn't about hate, hate, hate. No. Life is not all about yourself. Life is about you and the people around you. They always say, climb the tallest mountain, not to be seen by everybody, but to make people understand it's possible to be there. Don't carry yourself like, oh my God, I'm a nonchalant dude because this. No. People have said multiple times I'm nonchalant or whatever. It's not because that is just me. I've never known anything else than being that me. I know how to show emotions. I know how to be in love. I've been in love. Yes, I'm not gonna sit here and be like I haven't. Yes. And also I know how to move accordingly when it's not favorable for me anymore. And I'm not gonna tell you what favors me is gonna favor you. It isn't. But then again, I will tell you, this is what happened to me, and this is what I handled. This is how I handled this situation. Does that mean you're gonna encounter something like that? Maybe, maybe not. You would be able to you'll be the decider to know, hey, how am I gonna handle this situation based off what this person told me, based off what I learned here, how am I gonna handle this? And also you need to read books, understand you as a person. When you understand you as a human being, how you react to things, how to process your emotions, life becomes simpler because you don't fit into bullshit. You don't entertain ancient women. You don't entertain ancient conversations, and you have a good head on your shoulder. That way you know when you start having kids, your kids are gonna be great. Have some substance. Money is not all that. Money is great. Don't get me wrong. Money facilitates everything in life. But there are other skills that you need to be able to make sure your money is right and your mind is right. Your family is gonna be good. And with that, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. I'm sure this beautiful woman is gonna say something great, but I just wanted to react to what the guys were saying. And I thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching and be safe.